Yeah, out of control.
No, it's good. We ain't got
I know. We can keep that. But
We're just a
we're
little
back.
silly tonight.
I know. It's a Thursday. It's August. Shoot, and
We just want to talk about some serious issues, to be honest. Like, I know we're laughing, but...
It sounds like a news reporter talking about some serious issues, and you got the microphone and everything.
Right. Look at this little legs.
You know? Right, okay.
So,
one mic.
yes,
Look
yes.
at this one.
I know this
Okay.
one got no mic in it, but it's
Right.
okay.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Shout out to Joey Studio, you know?
Yes.
It's dope. We got the whole studio session in there. If you want to come in, actually, if you're a rapper, you know, you
Feel
can
free
come
to
and
book with
rap.
him.
Right.
Hit him up, DM him.
We got the whole thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the little lounge session over here. And then we got the talk about it over here.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
All right.
TED Talks.
Yes.
So tonight we're talking about family, kids. Family and kids, you know.
And financial issues surrounding family, kids.
Right.
Mhm.
Budgeting, credit.
So let's just jump right into the credits.
Oh.
So,
Credit.
Yeah.
what did you have to say about credit?
Well, I wish I knew about credit early on in life.
Mm.
Maybe like early on into like my teens, 15, 16 possibly. But I did not know anything about credit until I want to say my 20s. And I'm in my 20s still. But but yeah, no, I wish I knew, you know, about the whole, basically everything, the FICO score, whatever it's called, the Experian, all of them, all the names that I just see that pops up that I needed to know early on. But right now my credit is good because I learned about it. Yeah, did my research.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the same thing, that same thing but different. I'm gonna tell you why. Same thing because I wish that, you know, I would have known about all this stuff, like you said, FICO scores and the different credit bureaus and stuff like that. What credit cards to get, how much to spend and stuff like that. Like my school never taught me that, unfortunately.
Right, and school.
I went to, you know, it was kind of like a charter school / Boston Public. They never really taught me that about credit cards and stuff. And my family, you know, they mentioned it, but they never really went into depth about it. And it's different for me because, like, I'm still working on rebuilding my credit. My credit is not nowhere good. And that's because I was reckless. Like, I did what I needed to do. And I got the things
I did what I needed to do.
I got the things that I needed to get. So it's like I'm still working on rebuilding, but as I'm going on, I'm learning. And it's just, for me, it's like, yo, my sons are going to get this as early as they can apply for, not before they can even apply for a credit card, but we'll get into that later.
Me, my experience, same here. I was pretty much self-taught. I didn't know too much about credit. Like, I got my first apartment when I was, but when I did self-teach myself, I was doing pretty good. Like, at first I was saying, and now I'm kind of actually paying back. Well, my credit card limits, the good thing about it, when I started off with my credit cards, I got like low limits. Like, so I had like $600 and $800 limit cards. So that's how much I owe back, $600 and $800 card, and only had 2. But when I was like really good. Like, I was working in the medical field, and I was like trying to build my credit. I got my apartment when I was 23, and then come to find out, I couldn't get a cable. I couldn't get cable because my mom. I couldn't get cable because I had an outstanding bill. Mind you, it's my first apartment.
Wow,
first
that sounds familiar.
First everything, and they told me I couldn't get Comcast because I had a Comcast bill in my name. So I had to learn about that at the age of 23. Like, oh, so you can do that? That's something I would not be doing to my children.
Yeah,
but it is. I ain't gonna fault nobody. I ain't gonna say you did what you do and that what it is. You like I'm putting Stacey's right. You did what she had to do.
But nowadays, luckily for our children, it's a little easier than to just put it in their names. Like they be making up fake names nowadays. They be
exactly.
I was gonna say Joey as a. They'd be like let's just say Benjamin down on the corner offering free cable, not even in your name. So yeah, I don't even think we have to go there.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that is not. I don't think that's bueno. That's no good. Like that's you can't be playing. Good, no. Yeah, that's. I think that. Well, thank God mine was only like minimal, but Stacey said that sounds very familiar. So clearly she's been through the same thing, and I don't know what her bill was like, but hopefully it wasn't outstanding.
No, it was nothing bad, but it's just like the point is like with credit, they make it so hard for you to like get things like basically like you have to play by every rule to have your credit good.
Exactly.
Like you can't just
literally one slip up, you're like, oh, my credit score is like 57.
Like it dropped like 57 points, but when you pay on time, it goes up like a half a point. Like how does that make sense? Like if you don't pay on time, like it just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but if you're gonna do that and you're gonna put something in somebody's name, don't just and when it gets to a point where. Like, if you're going to put something in somebody's name, period, make sure you can pay for it.
Right.
Like, don't just tarnish somebody's name.
Yeah, and the way I feel is, like, I'm going to just put everything in my name. Like, and if I can't get it in my name, then best to believe that I'm going to make the money to buy it cash. Because, like, or I'll do without it. One of those three things. If I can't put it in my name, I'm going to try to put it in my name. And if I can't, I'm going to try to pay it cash. And if I can't, then I'll just go without it.
Right. Agreed.
What else?
But moving towards the kids thing, before I forget, I do want to say that me having sons and stuff like that, I did hear about I did see about this thing on social media where a mom opened up a credit card account for herself, and she put her 14-year-old daughter as one of the card holders and stuff like that. So. With her social security number and stuff like that. So it was like a joint account. And basically the daughter's credit was affected by that credit card. So she was only 14, but her mom decided to get a credit card in her name with her to build her credit. And I think that that's a good idea for parents to do if you're responsible enough to do it. Like if you have the support, because you can be responsible, but then things happen, so you're not able to pay for it. So I feel like if you're responsible and you have the support that it's going to be long term, like that's okay to do something like that, because we need to set our kids up, especially our minority kids up for success. Exactly. And if we can build their credit to like be 800 when they're 18, 19, and educate them about having good credit and about maintaining it and about not splurging it, teaching in schools, then it will be good. And like we'll be setting them up for success in the future rather than them, because when you start with credit, it's like it starts at like a 500 or something like that. Like it starts very low. It doesn't start at 800. But if you can build it, like so they can get their own cars at 18, probably even 300. Yeah. Like they need to get their own. Like they need to be independent. Basically, the way the world's going, I feel like children need to be independent at a young age, because this world is showing no mercy. Once you turn 18, like you have bills up the ass.
Right. That's a good point, and that brings me to a question that I wanted to ask, because I'm talking to my niece. My niece is about to be 15 August, and like
this month.
Yes, the end of August. Yeah, okay. So She's a very good kid. She's so pretty. She's beautiful. She's mad tall. She's mad big. She's like 5'10". No, so she's like 5'9" maybe. But it's like her like the friends that she hangs with, like everybody, like some of the friends that you hang with is just not as influential as you would want them to be. You know what I'm saying? So me as an aunt, I just want to make sure that my niece has the right head on her shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can be chilling with such and such, but still know right from wrong, still know that you don't have to be influenced to
I'm
do
glad
things
you said that, like,
and stuff like that.
That's very important.
So I had asked her, because it's just like, I was thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? When I was her age, I was actually just focused on making my money. I was at 14 years old. I got my first job in the summertime. And I was like, listen here. I want sneakers, I'm going to buy sneakers. I want this, I'm going to buy this. I want to go there, I'm going to get the money to go there. Like, so that was my mentality. And honestly, when I found journals when I was, like, in, like, 2nd grade. And I was, like, I already knew, like, I was going to be this boss ass. No, sorry. I already knew, like, I wrote it down. It was so cute. Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my own money, and, like, I don't know, it was just, like, I just had my own mentality, you know what I'm saying? So I was thinking, like, to ask my niece, what is your idea? I don't know if it's the right question, like, but pretty much, what is your idea of life? Do you have an idea of, like, of how life works type-ish, or, do you know where I'm getting at? Like, do you... Not have, because we even haven't figured out life yet. Yeah. But we're close to it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, at 14, 15, have you, like, you know, observing everything that you observed thus far, do you have an idea about it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what you want to do type-ish? And she told me, yeah. And then I tried to ask her what, and she was like, stuck. So, I don't think she really knows. But I don't think, like, my question is, like, how early do you think it is to, like, for a child to be, like, you know, pretty much, like, getting that independence level and actually understanding the value of life? I'm like, the trials. You know what I'm saying? Because some people be like, oh, they're too young for that. They still need to be a kid. And you know what I'm saying? Which is true. We don't want to make them grow up too quick. But, and that... too quick is just, like, you know, making the child become a parent too early with their brothers and sisters and raising them. That's too early. And, you know, that's when I say, like, you should let them be a child. But as far as life and, like, independency and, like, freaking credit and, you know what I'm saying, like, things that they're going to encounter later on in life besides parenting, which is also important, because that comes, well, I feel like once you're able to take care of yourself, then you can definitely take care of somebody else. So, go ahead, Stacey.
You all know, I was like, I wanted to really say quickly a little shout out to my nephew. One of my particular nephews, I have so many nephews, but his name is Lamari. And I just want to give a shout out to him because I'm so excited. Like, I feel like I'm at the Grammys. Like, he every time I see him, he always says, like, Auntie, like, I saw this, and it's literally every episode, like, we record, like, he watches it, and it's just, like, it makes me so happy, because he'd be so happy telling me, and he told me to shout him out, too.
Yes!
Like, that's my little, exactly, that's my little Virgo, Lamari, and all the rest of my nieces and nephews, and my kids, shout out to them. But I want to say, like, it's never too early to start teaching the kids about life experiences, because if you think about it, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. There's a lot of evil going on in the world. There's a lot of mischief. There's a lot of, like, just basically crazy stuff. So if you think about it, we're teaching our kids hardcore stuff early on. One of the things we teach them early on that's really hardcore is don't let nobody touch you, like, in your private areas. Like, that's something serious. And I feel like that's on the same level as making sure you're financially successful. So I think at different, and when you become older, it's like, okay, when you're younger, it's like, don't let nobody touch you when they're not supposed to touch you. But as you're older, it's like, don't be walking out late at night and stuff like that by yourself, because people will grab you. So at the different stages in life, I think it's different levels. So basically about money, like when they're 5, 6, you teach them the value of a coin, you teach them the value of $1. But as they get older, that's when you start teaching them different things, like the value of a credit card and stuff like that. So I think as they grow, the different topics in life, like, you introduce it to them, but you gradually feed it to them as they're mature. Because some kids, they mature different. Some kids mature early, some kids mature late. So I think it depends on the kid. But your niece sounds like a pretty smart kid.
Yeah, she's very smart. Yeah. So,
like, what have been your experiences, like, with family and teaching them, like, financial? Like, do do you have to like? I know you have sisters, like younger sisters. Like, what has been the experience with them? Like, have they came to you about it?
Yeah, like me being the older sister, I had to, obviously be the more mature one, more responsible, and I felt like I had that just like role since I was born. Like I had an old soul since forever. Like I'm an old ass lady. But yeah, like being the older sister, I used to like walk my sisters to school. I was just thinking about that too. Like I used to walk my sisters to school at like 7:00 in the morning, drop them off, go to my bus stop,
the age
and I was
difference?
11.
Oh.
I think I was 10 or 11, and I couldn't believe I was doing that at that age. Literally, like you said, don't let nobody touch you, don't let anybody talk to you, all types of crazy. So my mom already instilled that in me at an early age. She told me like to scream if anybody would ever do something to me. Thank God, literally nothing ever happened to me. Walking my sisters to school, they made it to school safe every day. With me in their care.
Shout out to
So
Malika.
I know, I can't believe I
And here she is today working in childcare.
Exactly.
No, not anymore.
She loved the kids. Well, right, she just recently changed her
I don't work with her
position.
baby.
Congratulations on your new position.
Yeah, thank
though.
you. Yeah, no. So I changed my job, y'all. I'm not a teacher anymore, but of course, being with kids, that's my passion. Like I don't have any. Maybe one day, maybe soon, y'all know. I'll keep y'all updating.
Maybe be your auntie soon.
Yes, for sure. Like I want to be a mother one day. Like clearly. But no, for real.
Breathe out.
What?
I know.
You joined the club or not?
Soon,
Maybe
soon.
like 3 more years. 4.
Soon,
Ooh,
Soon,
soon. Yeah, no.
I'll wait.
Hopefully before my clock starts ticking.
I'll wait. I'll be here when you do. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you gonna have any more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. If I can, God's willing.
Right.
I love kids.
I know. They're just so beautiful.
Like I didn't even want that
they're
many.
so fun.
Like I didn't even want that many. And
you didn't even want that many.
No. And when I was like a child, I was like, my first kid. If it's a boy, I'm not gonna keep it.
Oh my gosh, you used to say that.
I swear to God, I said that. I remember distinctively saying that. But now that I have boys, it's like it's lit.
It's lit. I know. I bet they keep you like active all the time, and they're always and they're sweet.
And my favorite thing is they don't have to be censored as much as girls. Like, don't get me wrong, I want a girl one day, but with them, like, they can walk with their shirt off, and they can do, like, boy things. They can jump and act crazy, not have to worry about closing their legs. So, it's like, I'm a relaxed, chill parent, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for me to have boys.
Yeah.
Same here. I don't know, me.
I want a girl, though.
I feel like.
And a boy.
I wanted twins, actually, when I
first.
I
want twins.
The twins running our family?
Yes, actually, on my sister's father's side. I have 2 older sisters that have the same father. I have my own. Okay. So, on their father's side, twins do run in the family.
Twins
okay.
But what was I gonna say? For me, like I preferably want to like wait, settle down. Like I mean, if it happened with a partner of mine's and a kid, and I just so happen to get pregnant, then it happens. But honestly, the way I work, I use protection, and it's kind of very slim that it's gonna happen if I don't want it to happen. So but it's like I just prefer to wait until like I'm done running around and worrying about my career and everything like that.
You want to be stable,
right? Because when I do, I want to give my children my undivided. Like once I have my child, my career is going to be on hold. Like everything, like especially after, like I don't even know, like because I want my child to from birth up until 18 to like, you know what I'm saying, like have, well not even 18, probably like 15, 16, I might start getting my life back, but literally like I want them to be able
there,
to, I want them to have their whole childhood, like experience whatever they want, you know what I'm saying, do whatever sports, whatever they want to do, and I want to be there, and hopefully the father's going to be there too, but, but because not a lot of children experience things like that, and unfortunately that like not interferes or whatever, like that partakes in how we develop as adults.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So
like kids, they need both parents, you know, in their lives, mother and father. So shout out to Bay because he really wants kids. So like he's down.
Yeah, I think it's important to have like two parents in a household, because that's, you know, basically what I'm doing now with my kids. Like with my boyfriend, we're together 24/7. If, you know, we're not at work, then we're together. With our kids, they're with us. And we wake up together every day. We go to sleep together every day. And I think that that's important for the kids to be around, because it's like not only is it the love that they're seeing two people come to work together for the strength of them. So, you know, one day when they have kids, hopefully that's what they do. That's the type of mindset that they're in, to procreate with, you know, the person that they're doing it with.
Right, exactly.
And I think that it's like going back to this financial stability is like really important. And recently, you know, I've been freelancing my life. I'm going to just say my life, not even my career, my life. And
it's freelancing my life. Hold on.
I've been doing just whatever I want to. Like,
yeah.
And it's been the most invigorating experience. It's been challenging, obviously, figuring out what I want to do. But it's been good because, like, I narrowed it down to I want to start something that I could ultimately pass on to my sons. And basically, like, kind of like a family business, but, like, a family business where they can choose to go where the route that they want to go to when I pass it to them.
That's
so
maybe
like financial wealth, I'm guessing, and stuff like that, financial knowledge that I want to pass to them. So that's basically what I'm working on. But I really think that, you know, having a 2-parent household, it's good for me to be, because it'll allow me to like go that route.
Right.
Like my boyfriend, you know. In case anybody's wondering, because I know people be wondering, people be asking me, like, do your kids have the same father? Yes, they have the same father. So, like, it's important, and it's good for me that their father is there for them, to help me, like, follow my dreams. And he, like, basically whatever I want to do, he, like, whether he agrees with it or not, he lets me do it. He doesn't let me do it because I would just do it.
Right.
But
out of control.
He supports me into me, like he accepts me, like going after what I want. Like that's not a problem for him, basically.
That's what's up. And I just wanted to touch base on, like, you know, you guys doing wonderful raising my godsons, my nephews.
They love you.
I love them. I know. You know, like, having both parents is very important. I was raised, you know, by both of my parents, and I feel like, you know, that's uncommon for, like, the Black community, you know. So just having both parents raised in an environment where, I guess you could say, like, that's not the best, it helps, shapes, and molds you, I guess you could say, you know. You have support from your mom and your father at the same time. So shout out to just family.
Right.
And being there and being supportive, like you said, support in literally all your dreams and your goals, like they're your parents.
The parents that's not together, the people that still work together, still communicate somehow, whether it's every 3 months, whether it's every 4 months, like that's important too. Like it's better to know your biological parents than to not know them at all.
Right.
So it's hard because people go through different stages in life. Like we don't know, like some parents might be affected by credit issues and money issues and things like that, and feel like they have to leave because they're not man enough or woman enough to take care of their family, so they don't want to, you know, stand in the way. That's how kids get adopted and stuff like that. So it's very hard to be like financially all set and like live the life that you want to live at the same time in this day and time. Like it seemed easier for our parents, to be honest, back then. Like the 90s seemed easy to me. And my mom bought me everything that I wanted. She bought me everything. We always went to the grocery store. Our cart was full. She always got a full tank of gas.
Shout out to mommies.
Exactly. But now it's like,
I know.
Damn, like the memes that you see online, it's like this can't be the same fucking money that our parents were spending.
Right. For real.
This can't be the same bills that they were paying.
The price went up.
Be.
Like seriously.
But me, I did not have both parents in the house, unfortunately. I think that's why I'm so fucked up now. No, so I think it's part of it. But yeah, my dad, he was like in and out of my life, and you know, once I got to a point where I can just feel like I can just be honest with him, I was. So I just decided to keep him out of my life because I don't like broken promises. You know what I'm saying? And trust and loyalty is very important to me, family or not. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, that was broken first by my father, so it's hard for me to trust anybody, period, now. So, but that's a process, progress, whatever you want to call it. But again,
and I'm proud of you for even saying what you had to say, like, because you could have just dubbed him and like, and just not said anything at all. But at least you know you brought yourself closure for the time being to do what you need to do because you're successful. So, I mean, because you know.
I'm here. So I just think it's important for like, cause you know it can like, just like I feel like my childhood affected me and this some of the decisions I make, and actually it actually made me stronger too because I've had to go through a lot by myself. So it's just like I know I had to go through a lot, so I know the next person probably like you know, and not everybody. Just like you said, like a lot of black families, probably not even only black families, but
yeah, not only black families, like
but majority,
families,
I guess you would say, but pretty much like not everybody is growing up like with both parents in the home, and I think it affects them. So I think it's important that you know like
some people grow up with no parents in the home, like they gotta be raised by their aunts or grandparents, and stuff like that. Complete strangers, foster care,
that too, yes.
Shout out to the guardians.
Yes.
Any type of guardian that looks out there, people.
Yeah.
So finding, I guess, like finding, you know, support from close people. I don't even know where I'm trying to get at for this, but you know, it's important. What else?
Yeah. Family.
I was literally about to say that. Family. It's just like. It's important. Like, I mean, like, I love my sisters and brothers. And I'm going to speak on them real quick because, like, you know, that's why I have a second child. Like, I always said, not like, you know, I have a second child because I didn't want my first child to be alone. Like, I thought of me. I'm the last baby, you know. I'm the last baby of 6. So basically, I grew up with older siblings and stuff like that, and I honestly don't know where I'd be without them. Like, I'd obviously be living life if I didn't have siblings, yeah, but the type of stuff that I went through in the times that they were there, it's just like I can just imagine like not going through life without siblings. Like, who would I talk to? And who would I express my genuine frustration about my parents to? Like, who would get that the most besides them? Like, so I just, you know, I thank God that I have siblings.
Don't pick them. You just gotta deal with them. You know.
Sometimes, I mean, and they could be like, dang, why you rationing like that? Because I'm, like I said, I'm the youngest. I don't know if I just said that, but I'm the youngest. So it's like, dang, why you rationing my life? But you're right.
Yeah, so, right. We only mean the best. Like, and I'm saying we, because I'm an older sister. So I'm one of those rashes too. But it's just like, I literally only mean the best as the big sister. Like, I'm kind of like the mama. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you know. But yeah, shout out to my big brother though. I only have one. He's the best. I love him. He's so talented. He's so awesome. Like, I'm so happy that I have a big brother. Yeah, and 2 younger sisters too. Shout out to y'all. Y'all be taking my shit, but
shout out to them.
But shout out to y'all still.
Right now.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
we need to hear about your amazing siblings.
I have 2 older sisters on my mother's side. I'm the youngest. My sister Monique and my sister Shayla.
Shout out to them.
And then I have a sister on my father's side, Michelle, and then I have 2 baby brothers and sisters, Dahlia and Lavelle.
Okay.
That's my fam.
You love them?
I do.
Okay.
I do. We are not all too close, but
that's okay.
Most
it's okay.
It's okay.
You don't
even
have
to say that
they
have them, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you have these people literally you can go to them anytime, even though you may feel like you can't. Because that's what I'm working on too. Like, even though you may feel like, you know, I can't come in and talk to you, like, they want you to come and talk, you know, but it's just like they don't know if you feel like talking.
And not even that, like one of my brothers, like, he's the brother, like, that's the one before me, like, we don't even see each other or speak to each other, like, if we can go, like, literally, I'm not even lying, like, we can go, like, 5 months without seeing each other, and when we come together, it's like, what's up, bro? Like,
right, like,
it's like
another day.
Exactly. Like, so it's not like I get to have a relation. Like, now that I'm grown, I really don't have as close relationship as I did when I lived in the same house as them. But it's like, I know that if it came down to it, like, any dire situation, like, they would be there. Like,
oh yeah,
definitely. Shout out to that. Like, that's amazing. Family is amazing, and I'm blessed to have a family, and bless you guys have a family too.
Yes.
You know.
Support system.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
But we,
it's good
you know, make sure y'all let us know about y'all support system. And who's
and
important
if you need
to
a
y'all.
support system, we're here. You know, we're
Right.
our family.
We're your sis, we're your
dreamers.
We could be your auntie.
You know, just reach out to us if you any you know you're feeling down, because you know not everybody has somebody to talk to, but it's definitely a plus to have people to talk to. Me per se, I go through everything by myself, so it's just like, but I have friends and I use my family for just to not think about the personal.
I was about to say,
that's what
I do use them. I do take advantage of my family and friends. Like, when
so
I don't have,
you know, like I don't want to. Yeah, so like, that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for them for that, because unfortunately, like, I don't know, since I'm so accustomed to being to myself and dealing with everything to myself, so I just don't let out my problems, or I feel like, and then sharing my problems with people, I feel like puts problems on them, and they got their own problems to deal with, or you know what I'm saying?
You don't want to be a bother, like,
right?
like,
So
you can handle it,
exactly.
And at the end of the day,
girl.
you're gonna handle it. So it's just like, why did you even tell? You
exactly.
feel silly,
right?
You feel silly.
So
no, I totally
it's just
understand.
like, you know, anytime I need to take a breather, or I am feeling too down, I need to, like, you know, get happy. I have friends for it. And thank you guys for that.
Of course.
And family for that too. You know, my sisters, they are really good for that. So I hope you guys have a good support system. I hope you guys have good plans in life, and what else?
Definitely just, you know, parent or no parent, you know, to the younger people in your lives, definitely start educating them as soon as possible, in little ways that you can, whether y'all going to the store, letting them pay for things, whether you ride past on a bus or in your car, you're at a red light and you see a billboard that says, oh, something financial, just, you know, make sure they know what the word financial means and stuff like that. Just inch towards little things to, you know, educate them and educate yourselves, because we're never too old to learn. So basically just
new every day.
Depend on your support system and be a support system. You are what you eat. So I don't know what I was trying to say, but
but I totally
treat people how you want to be treated.
Exactly. I totally understood what you was going with. Like, treat people how you wanted to be treated, but you are.
She was going somewhere with that. She's like, you are.
Exactly. Like, that's how you're gonna attract the right energy, be that energy that you want to exude out of you. You know, so that follows back that karmic energy. But love, family, blessings, and guidance. I feel like, you know,
and pray.
Yes.
If you don't have it. Oh yeah, so we are not all alone. We definitely are not all alone. We forgot the man above, how dearly, you know what I'm saying? We're never all alone, you know what I'm saying? So even if you ever feel like you are alone, just pray.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I've just, now that you mentioned God, it's like we have to talk about God for the last like 30
seconds. Oh my God! No, son, let me not say that. My God, right? Hey,
I cannot even stand.
Our God, we're playing around. You know what?
This is not.
I just want to say, you know, thank you for everything.
To our Father.
To our Father. But you know what? This is why we doing this. Like, we all gotta go to church on Sunday. This
He's probably looking down on us like, you guys are so
I think
silly.
It's late.
And he forgives us.
It's
He
late.
knows
And,
that
oh
you.
my God.
hey, we got work and shit. Well,
Thank
you know,
him.
some of us. Well, we all got
But
work.
yes,
we all
like
gotta wake
I
up
always
and do
talk
things.
to my Father God, you know?
Yes.
Things I wake up in the morning and I
Thank
thank
him.
him for waking me up and I get him, I ask him to get me through the day, give me strength. When I'm getting signs, like I get signs, like, cause you know, I feel like I don't feel like it. I have a relationship with him, so it's like, I communicate with him throughout the day, you know, and then when I'm done with my day, because I be having long days, and sometimes I be having days like long nights, so you know, I thank him for getting me home safely. So.
And that's important because, like, you know, you're thanking him and let him know that you're thankful for what you got. Because people,
For life,
they really abuse what they
Yeah.
have and
And
they're
I
not thankful for it. So that's why they're not getting, you know, more abundance. Is because they're not thankful for what they have. They're not appreciating what they have. So it's
And I
good that
tell
you
him
do
all
that.
the time that I am trying to be a better me.
Yes.
And when I do wake up in the morning, I say, thank you for waking me up. And thank you for allowing me to make today a better day than yesterday.
Yes.
And I be trying, because sometimes my days really do be better than the day before. I be like, yes, right. Like,
Yes, God.
Look. Yes, okay. So you guys have a wonderful night.
Yes. Thank you guys
Definitely.
for
Thank you guys
watching.
for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.
Bye.